You muting me?
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Nice.
Yeah, Marco, there's no sound yet on YouTube if you know yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just letting the chat know we're working on it.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. Low-key, I've realized that the amount of viewers who pop in as soon as the stream opens is really fast. Like, that's a really good sign. I read somewhere on, like, because I used to do streaming on Twitch, right? So I was reading up a lot about, like, Twitch streamers and, like, what to do if you want to be successful, how you know when you're getting bigger. And they always talk about at the beginning of your streams, the faster your stream fills up, it shows how much dedicated viewers you have. So, like, recently, as soon as the stream starts up, we jump straight to, like, 20 viewers. So, I mean, that shows that a lot of people are, like, not only are they tuning in, but they're also they're anticipating it. They're anticipating it. Does that make sense? Like, they know our stream's about to start, so whenever it starts, they're already here.
Is the audio up? I think it is up now.
Yeah.
What do you say? I don't know. I can check it out.
Pinging.
Let me check it out.
Before we get live and wild.
Yeah, we're up on YouTube. We're all good to go.
We're up. We're up, all right.
Yes, sir.
Who else is on here?
We're up on YouTube.
All right.
I think Ryan's definitely going to be calling in today. Ned's already in chat, so I'm pretty sure Ned's calling in.
I'll give it 20 more seconds. No, we're basically ready. I'm just waiting for a bunch of people to jump in, and then we go.
All right. Are we going to be streaming on Facebook? We just go on YouTube again.
Oh, we're on Facebook now.
Hello, people on Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter, all the good things. All the good things. I'm just setting up.
And James?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
All right, you ready? You want to go now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do this.
Welcome to the Bleed Big Blue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
What is going on, Bleed Big Blue Nation? This is Marco, your host of the Bleed Big Blue podcast. If you're new here, we are a live stream dedicated Giants podcast. I have live alerts on, so if you subscribe during the actual show, you'll get a little thumbs up or a little action going on the screen. I have Tim on the line. Tim?
Hey, what's going on?
Are you snowed in down there, too?
No, I'm in North Carolina, man. It was like 50 degrees today.
50 degrees. I also have the intern J Zach, also AKA John. Hi, what's up?
AKA. Notice how Tim's the only one booing me. What's up, everybody?
Let's see. Hold on.
Good to be here. And before you ask me about snow, I have seen snow like one time in my entire life. So.
I'll fill you in.
About once in my entire life. So.
It's cold and wet. All right, hold on. Lines are open, everyone, if you want to call in at 516-453-9383. We're also in the chat. I have J-Zac monitoring in the chat. And
awesome.
Any news happened? Does anyone know of anything that happened recently with the Giants?
I don't know what happened.
Well,
no
the
clue.
funny thing is, if you listen to ESPN and NFL Network, it's like off. It's it's just part of the news. It's not even the top line. It's not even headline because Seahawks made moves and
Seahawks might have made a move.
Seahawks are pretty much crumbling their whole defense, and they're starting all over again.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's hit up these phones. Let's see what we got. They're already lighting up. Everyone, thank you for calling in. Let's see who we got. I think this is Ned, if I remember the number. It's a familiar one. What's up, caller? Are you there?
Hey, Ned.
Yeah.
Are you excited about this move? What do you think? Are you worried about missed tackles?
Yeah, yes, I am, especially since the fourth rounder we gave up was the conditional one and not the one that's almost a third rounder.
Yeah, it's almost a fifth rounder.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, guys. We didn't give up anything. We gave up a fourth round pick that we didn't have a couple weeks ago, and we gave up a sixth round, but we took their seventh round the next year. So whatever.
I'm saying. Maybe if we give them a bag of Aaron Donald, what do you think?
This is a guy that was an All-Pro, a second-team All-Pro in 2016, and he's only 26. We actually have an athletic linebacker that's in his prime.
Exactly, and he's a great coverage linebacker too. He used to play in college, I think, right?
I've seen a bunch of Rams fans shitting all over him, and you know what it reminds me of? Exactly what they said about Janoris Jenkins. They said, he was going to be bad too. And you know what?
Yep.
The coaches worked with him. They fixed up his technique, and when he's motivated, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. And I'm hoping we can pull off the same thing with Ogletree, because as far as I know, his big issue is that he just arm tackles too much, and if we can fix that, then I think we've got ourselves a nice anchor at linebacker there.
It's an immediate upgrade from what we have there already, even if he misses tackles. Like, you're telling me what we have currently, this is not an upgrade, and it's only going to be $5 million against the cap.
Oh yeah, I know that. I wasn't saying that he wasn't a direct upgrade. I'm saying not only could he be a direct upgrade, but he could be elite for us.
Oh yeah,
I agree. Hold on, let me get to the next call. Ready?
Defense coordinator we just got.
Next caller going now. Hold on, let's see what we got. 917.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? What's your name?
Hello.
Ryan from the Bronx.
Oh, Ryan, look at that. Is this the Ryan that I text?
Yeah.
That's the Ryan. That's the Ryan that I beat Madden like.
The Ryan, yeah.
The Ryan, okay. What's going on? Are you liking this move, or are you skeptical?
I think this move is pretty good. He's a pretty good coverage linebacker. He's one of our best linebackers since really Antonio Pierce. If you think about it, we haven't had a really good linebacker since, and I think it's an automatic upgrade from B.J. Goodson, middle linebacker. So he's a good tackler, a clean tackler.
I don't know.
People say is people are like, oh, well, he's been doing bad. He actually hasn't been doing bad. He had a bad year. If you look at 2016, I think he had a combined 136 tackles. That's not a bad year for a middle linebacker. So that's some arguments people are saying, some people who are negative about this. Like, we had a bad year last year. But the year right before that, he had a great year. So I think that has to do with more of coaching and defensive scheme changes,
Yeah. And I think you were
working. And the thing was, it was a defensive scheme change. It went from
too, right?
Yeah, it went from whoever Jeff Fisher's defense coordinator was. I can't remember. To Wade Phillips.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was literally my guess, and I turned out to be right because, But, yeah, I actually just forgot that. What's their new coach? McVay? Something like that? Something? I don't remember. But, yeah, they did a team change. Aaron was the old coach. I don't remember, dude. I only pay attention to the Giants. Give me a break.
Well, here's the thing, guys. He was the second team All-Pro with 20.
Tim, I want to bring something up to you. Tim, I want to bring something to you.
Go ahead.
What did I tell you? I think it was 3 days ago in our private chat about when I was saying maybe it's going to be Saquon Barkley. Who is James Betchard sitting next to watching Saquon Barkley?
Who was he sitting next to? I can't remember.
Do I have to screenshot it?
I believe you. What I forgot.
It was Sean McVay.
Sean McVay. Look what happened 1 week later. Not even 1 week later.
Well, I don't know what the Rams are doing right now. Honestly, you have a good team, and now you got rid of your middle linebacker, and you got rid of a corner, but you did upgrade the corner, and you got rid of Robert Quinn as well. Granted, they're going to a full scale 3-4. The nice part about this is we have Ogletree. That's just going to be one linebacker move. This is going to be one of many moves that are going to happen.
Definitely.
Right. All right. Let me go to the next caller. Ready? 732. What's up, 732? Are you there?
Hello.
What's your name?
Hey. Sam.
Sam, what do you think about this? How you feeling?
I think it was pretty good, but do you think there's gonna be like any off field, like, I would guess, like, disagreements because of, I think 2 years ago where the late hit Alec Ogletree had on OBJ?
Yeah, I remember that.
I do remember the fight, and I did look into this. From what everybody's saying, it's just football. Everybody got over it pretty quick. And honestly, it's offensive defense. It's not like Odell's got to be working with Ogletree anyway. And, the nice thing I got to say about Ogletree, guys, because we are losing Casillas, we are losing the captain. Well, Ogletree's the captain, can call the defense, and he's going to fit in perfectly with Snacks and Collins as far as motivating that team.
Sam, I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to go to the next caller. Just listen in, and we'll come back to you in a little bit, all right? All right, 347. Let's see.
Hello?
What's up, caller? Are you there?
Oh. Yeah, I'm here.
What's your name?
I wanted to know, my name's Isaiah. How you guys doing? I'm happy
to
be back.
Yeah,
so
you've been here before.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, how do you guys feel about Alec Ogletree? Like, do you feel that he's going to be effective on the run? Because he wasn't really effective on the run this year with the Rams because of their scheme. They have Wade Phillips as their defensive coordinator now. So I was wondering if you think he's going to fit in our scheme with our new defensive coordinator.
Honestly, I think he's going to work in the scheme better. Because Beecher is such a blitzer, Ogletree has the speed to blitz. And the problem is he was getting put on an island as far as Rams had smaller linebackers anyways. Ogletree is not the biggest guy in the world. He's like 220, 230. But they also had Mark Barron next to him as well, which is pretty much just a safety. The nice part is he's got athleticism. Beecher's going to use, and he's versatile. Which the nice part is he's not going to come off the field when the nickel situations come up, the dime situations. He's the one that's going to be staying on the field, where we can have that pounder when it's in a regular thing with B.J. Goodson. Which everybody's worried about the run game. I honestly not worried about the run game because I think B.J. Goodson is going to be there to stop the run. But I think Ogletree's a great move. And honestly, as far as everybody that talks about cap-wise, it's only as long as they take his roster bonus to a signing bonus, he's only going to count a little less than $5 million against the cap, which we could get that by cutting Brandon Marshall.
About that, Brandon Marshall, guess who I saw catching balls and playing around in the gym the other day?
Brandon Marshall?
Brandon Marshall and who?
Eli.
Davis Webb.
And Eli Manning.
Damn it.
What do you think about that?
Intern.
I think it means we're keeping him.
What do you think about that?
I think he's taking a huge pay cut if he stays.
Same, yeah. Do we know if DRC's taking a pay cut?
No news on that.
No news.
I don't think they're not going to be quick to put that stuff out there.
Isaiah, I'm going to put you on hold, okay?
The rumor before he switched was that he was going to take a pay cut and switch. So now that he's switching, I'm assuming that rumor was true, and we're going to find out pretty soon that he's taking a pay cut as well. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that Norwell contract almost seems like it's a done deal, and it sounds like they're going to give him like $12 to $13 million a year. And we just brought Ogletree on, who's essentially making about $10 million a year, whatever, with the bonuses and all that. I don't think gentlemen's worried about cap, and I definitely think there's going to be a lot more moves than we even realize that's going to happen.
Captain Negative!
Is he in?
Someone's playing with the board. I think he's in somewhere.
Oh.
He might be a little pre-medication.
He's like announcing himself.
Is that you, Captain? All right. Let's see. Let's go back. Back
actually,
with Sam.
By us talking with him, he's actually positive on this move as well. I just want to put that out there. he likes this move. He's a good linebacker. Period.
All right, let's get to the next caller.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up, caller? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah, what's your name?
How you doing?
Captain Negative. That's Captain Negative.
I'm calling from Jersey.
That's not Captain
Jersey.
Negative.
What do you think about this move? Are you in for Alec Ogletree?
Oh, hell yeah.
I like to hear it.
So, who do you think is going to be lined up with him now? Do you think they're going to re-sign Casillas? No, correct. They're just going to let him go.
Nah, Casillas is gone.
Going to be Goodson on the other side?
He's getting cut.
Beecher wants versatility and speed. That's what he wants. And that's what, I wouldn't be surprised if Collins plays some linebacker in some sets. I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew Adams, Darian Thompson, and Landon Collins are out there a lot.
Yeah, me neither.
And the nice part is, I really think that's a good move for DRC being free safety because we are going to be blitzing a lot. We need somebody with speed in the back. So you can't go over the top on us. But there's going to be other linebacker moves. There has to be. We don't have enough linebackers on this team to even have a starting lineup right now.
One thing for sure, I could definitely see this defense playing the full six a lot. I'm not sure how I forgot the defensive coordinator's name. I always forget him specifically, but I don't know what he ran in Arizona a lot. I'm still watching some tape on them. But if you think about our personnel set right now, I know he ran a 3-4, but I'm saying is I could see him running a lot of 4-6 as well. Because if you look at our personnel set, in our 4-6 we would have Vernon, Snacks, Dalvin, and JPP all down, hands down, and then we could have like Alec Ogletree and BJ Goodson on the centers there, and we have Landon Collins playing up top, DRC playing down in like a slot corner area instead of Landon Collins doing that. I like that could literally almost form the same kind of run stuffing defense we had last year, but still utilizing the new parts we've like already adapted, like Ogletree. Like I could see like a 4-6 formation coming out a lot this next upcoming season.
All right, let me spend a little love to the people on Facebook who are chiming in. Hold on, let's see. Ken Fletcher, he said he missed us. Ken, we missed you as well. Eli needs to restructure his contract in order to free up more cap space.
I want to take that question because I've seen that comment a few times tonight through Twitter and whatnot. Eli's not restructuring his contract, guys. This is probably his last year with us. He's not going to give you. You're going to go to your job and be like, hey, I'm going to give you money. That's not going to happen. And who's computers up?
I don't know.
I think I just muted the person. You're on mute if
double check.
Your stuff is playing in the background. Go ahead.
So that's what Eli is not going to be taking a pay cut, guys. This might be his last year with us. At the most, he's got 2 years left. So relax. He's not taking a pay cut. And all these people that are worried about the salary cap, it's not that big a deal. They'll figure it out. Or some people will get cut that shouldn't be getting paid as much as they should, such as Dwayne Harris, such as Brandon Marshall, such as DRC, either getting cut or getting pay cuts.
Zippity doo dah, zippity day, my oh my, what a wonderful day.
Oh, he's back.
Domains come.
Captain Negative
is in a good mood. What's up,
Yeah,
Ben?
he is. What's going on? I just wanted to put it out there that
zippity day, we got a linebacker. We got a linebacker.
I want to ask Captain Negative, what is the grade on this move?
Oh, A+.
That's what I'm saying. A+ all day.
A+. It's an A+ move. It's an A+ move because you gave up the comp pick and a 6th rounder. I mean, for a potential All-Pro who fits perfect with Betcha. I mean, a little bit of concern that the 3-4 with Wade Phillips, he maybe you want to say struggled in a little bit last year, but change of scenery, Betcha. The price for it, and I'm not worried about the salary cap because there's other moves to come. I mean, this isn't the last move that's going to happen. They're going to make other moves. There's going to be guys that are going to take salary cuts. I don't know who that is, or they're going to get cut, and there's going to be salary dumps, and there's going to be a lot of news coming over the next couple of days, gents. And this today was a surprise. I was about to bash Gettleman for, where were you while Philly's making this move, and all of a sudden, Ogletree. And perfect fit, upgrade, fits with the 3-4. The price is amazing. You can't go wrong. This is a great move. Great move.
All right, I'm going to go to the next call. Ready?
He signed for a few. We got him for a few years. It's not like a 1-year move.
And here's the other thing: is if it doesn't work, they can get out of it next year. So, on all levels, considering the price that it cost you, the comp pick and a 6th rounder, I make the trade every day of the week and twice on Sunday, fellas.
All right, let's go to the next one, right?
And we still got a 7th-round pick out of it as well.
Go ahead, buddy.
We got a 347. What's up? Where are you calling from?
I'm back. No, it's Isaiah again. I wanted to ask you guys one more question.
Oh, Isaiah,
I'm sorry about interrupting. I want to ask you guys, since we're moving DRC to free safety, I want us to get another corner. Patrick Robinson's available. Richard Sherman most likely is going to get released by the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you guys would think about either drafting a corner or getting a corner in free agency. Excuse me.
I'm all for it. I mean, I think Tim would say that he's on board for that as well. I mean, I think there's definitely a need for another corner, especially you don't want to put all your apples in one basket, so to speak.
Yeah, because I don't have I'm sorry, but I Apple.
No, I think that either they're selling you a bill of goods on Apple and he's going to get moved, or they're going to give him a shot because they think he's talented, and with the new regime they'll give him a clean slate, and if the first sign of trouble, it'll be bye-bye. But you can't, Apple right now is would be an added bonus if you can get him to turn around. I think you have to plan for him. You got to plan for the worst, and especially in this league, I think not only do the Giants need one corner, I think they need multiple corners. I'm not sold on DRC going to safety. I think that's more of a liability than anything else. I think to use him at safety in certain situations on 3rd and long and things like that, but teams are going to manipulate him against the run, I think. But we'll see. Tip of the cap for them for making the move and for him to being open to make the move. But I need to see it to believe it. But yes, definitely a need for corner in the draft and free agency. I think you can see them bring in a guy, and I think they'll also draft a guy.
All right, Isaiah, I'm going to throw you
Tim,
on hold.
Would you guys agree? Marco, Tim, you guys agree with that?
I
would
agree.
think there's a definite need for that,
I
right?
think Ross Cockrell's coming back. I think Ross Cockrell's
there's a name that,
back.
There's a name that, you like Cockrell, I definitely do, but you don't want to hitch your wagon to him, right?
Well, I think, and I have heard the Patrick Robinson rumors as well. There's interest there, but there's definitely corners in this draft. You want young speed, not only for defense but for special teams as well.
Yeah, I agree.
It can work out it can work out where Cockrell, Apple, and Jenkins, we've seen it work in the past.
But then it could also go completely wrong.
Maybe maybe the middle was just was such a shit show that they had to play up a little, and which got them burnt a few times.
That
I
will
hope
help
it's the case.
with coverage. With
I like Cockrell,
help.
but I think you have to. I think you got to bring in another guy at least, possibly two, but another guy at least.
And maybe all I saw for Thompson last year was missed tackles, being outplayed, open receivers. Yeah. So maybe DRC might be a good plug in there.
No,
actually.
I think they need another safety. I think they need another safety besides another corner. I'm not sold on Adams. I don't like Thompson, and I don't think DRC can be an every down safety. But what do I know? I've been wrong before. I just don't see it happening. I don't think he's durable enough to go 16 games playing safety, coming down in the box at times. I think you can use him situationally back there, to go after the ball, but to use him every down, I don't know. We'll see.
But
I think they can use another guy there too.
Before I forget about it, I think we need to get Ogletree on the show. That's Andrew Adams' brother-in-law.
Whoa.
Holla.
We've had Andrew Adams on here.
So we're only a step away. Only two.
Let's see if we can make it happen. Maybe we can get them both on.
We're moving on up.
All right, let me go to the next caller. Right?
When Andrew Adams came in.
Oh, we got another caller.
Yeah, lighten up. 862 area code. What's your name? 862 once.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey.
What up, Jersey?
How y'all guys feeling?
So what do you think? What do you think about that move?
I had a question on, do you think, the whole controversy on, Davis Webb and stuff, do you think, the Giants even might trade Webb maybe to somebody, trade Webb and draft the quarterback, or do we keep him and you say fuck the quarterback and we draft Saquon Barkley?
$1 million question.
Can I answer this one?
$1 million question.
Well, we know what you want. We know what you want. Go ahead.
No. I'll be unbiased as possible because this is dead honest. So here's my thing on that. So your first thing was maybe we trade Webb for a couple picks, draft a quarterback. So, and I'm going to leave my bias of Davis Webb out of this. So I'm going to let you know right now I have a bias towards Davis Webb. I'm a huge Davis Webb fan. But I'm going to leave that out just for this answer here. Okay? And even if you're not really sold on Davis Webb, and when I say that not as a coach, I say it as a fan, right? You have to think of it like this. What's the point of drafting him with a third-round pick, which isn't that's not like a worthless pick. That's a pretty good round to go in, right? That's still a respectable round. So we haven't seen him do anything on the field yet. Right, so what would be the point of letting him go if we haven't seen him do anything? If you're going to draft a quarterback, you don't need to trade him.
Hold on. I love how. Hold on a minute.
Davis Webb not really known by the coach staff.
Here's the thing, guys. What makes you guys think there's a market for Davis Webb?
Yeah, there's no trade value.
What makes you guys think that anyone is giving you anything for Davis Webb? Now, maybe and that's why I said it's the $1 million question, because you haven't seen Davis Webb.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen Davis Webb. No one knows what Davis Webb is. Davis Webb should have played the final 5 games at least last season. And if that was the case and you saw Davis Webb, then you would have an understanding or at least a little bit of knowledge to say, okay, well, there's potential here. We saw progress over this amount of games, and we like what we see moving forward. We're fine not drafting a quarterback. We don't know that. And for as much as they say they know that, and for as much as we think and have a good feeling about Davis Webb and his footwork's improved in those videos, when the bullets are flying, we don't know that. There's been no progress. We haven't seen him. So it's naive to think anything of Davis Webb at this point besides what we thought of him last year. He is a riddle wrapped in an enigma. And you have there's no trade value for Davis Webb whatsoever. There's no hope of getting rid of Davis Webb whatsoever. The third-round pick is a valuable pick that you put on him. And here's the thing. You better be right. And no one's going to know this right away. This is going to play out over the course of the next probably 5 to 10 years, where you're going to have Davis Webb as Giant fans being compared to all 5 of these quarterbacks. And if one of them is better, if the Browns don't draft the quarterback, or if the Browns do, and one of the other 4 that the Giants pass on end up being better than Davis Webb, the Giants blew it. And I don't care about Saquon Barkley or Quentin Nelson or the guy with one arm or anyone. Like, if you don't get the quarterback and you're wrong, you blew it. So, that's the $1 million question. And they better get it right, because if they don't, it'll set your franchise back 10 to 15 years.
Yep. You know who's been nailing this exact question? Our former offensive lineman, George Schwartz. Killing it. That's exactly what he's saying. He's like, if you pass up on the quarterback, you could send your franchise back another 10 years easily.
And it's the truth. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, and I don't like. It's not that I don't like Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is a phenomenal talent. You'd be an idiot to sit here and say that Saquon Barkley is not a phenomenal talent. But the quarterback position is so valuable. And I don't know if you guys saw what I posted today, and I'll go on speakerphone. I'll pull it up in a second. But the quarterbacks who were drafted in the first round, it's a numbers game. Of course you have the outliers like Tom Brady and certain quarterbacks that were drafted later that have won Super Bowls, that have appeared in Super Bowls, that have played in Super Bowls. You have those outliers. But when you look at the numbers, it's startling about what quarterbacks, the percentage of first-round quarterbacks drafted over everyone else that makes it to the Super Bowl that plays in the game. The numbers are startling. So when you have that pick, when you have that position, when you're in that spot and the quarterbacks are there, you better be right if you're going to pass on them.
You know where I've heard that same information from a video that I think I know the voice on it. It was mine.
You heard it? Okay, I didn't hear that video, but go ahead. I'm trying to pull it up now. What are the stats?
It's not even the stats. Simple fact is you're right. There is the outliers as far as the Bradys, the Russell Wilsons, but most starting quarterbacks that have solid talent or you would consider superstars in the NFL were in the first round. Were first-round quarterbacks.
And here it is, Tim. I got it right in front of me. I'll go through this, right? So, and it's not all time, okay? But it is the last. It is a big chunk of time here, right? So quarterbacks drafted since 1990, right? Picks 1 through 5 in round 1. 19 of 33 of the quarterbacks drafted 1 through 5 ended up being Pro Bowlers. That's 57.6%. 8 of the 33 started in the Super Bowl, 24.2%. An average of 6.3 years as the primary starter. Okay? Now, picks 6 through 32. So anyone after the top 5 through the first round of the draft. 7 of 36 were Pro Bowlers. That's 19.4%. 6 out of the 36 started in the Super Bowl. That's 16.7%. Average of 3.3 years as the starter. Picks 33 through 64. This is the beginning of the second round. 4 out of 32 Pro Bowlers, 12.5%. 2 out of 32 started in the Super Bowl, 6.3%. Average year starter,
2.34. Picks 65 through 100, round 3. 6 out of the 40 were Pro Bowlers, 15%. 3 out of 4 started in the Super Bowl, 7.5%. An average year of starter, 1.2 years. Picks 101 through 137, round 4. 4 out of 42 Pro Bowlers, 9.5%. 0 out of 42 starting in the Super Bowl. Average of 1.2 years is the starter. Picks 138 through 174, round 5. 2 out of 39 are Pro Bowlers. That's 5.1%. 0 out of 39 started in the Super Bowl. Half a year as the primary starter. Picks 175 through 218, round 6. 5 out of 68 were Pro Bowlers. 2 out of 68 started in the Pro Bowl. 0.7 as the primary starter. 7th round. 4 out of 43 Pro Bowlers. 1 out of 43 Super Bowl. 0.9 years as the primary starter. The numbers are startling. Discuss.
It's just as simple as that. You need a quarterback early, and this is what makes franchises. This is what gets scouted, not only from NFL college days. These kids are getting scouted since like high school as far as quarterbacks, and that's why you need to take them. And the other side of the coin, you could find a running back in any round. Period.
But Tim, here's the other thing, Tim, and I think this is the thing that's really getting lost with this whole Saquon Barkley thing. Like, you can trade. This is the thing for me, guys. Is that from what we just read right there, the other teams in the league know that.
Yep.
Like
100%.
They know how valuable it is to get, and what a rare opportunity it is to get that pick. So to me, if you're not taking the quarterback, the only logical move for the long-term best interest of your franchise is to trade the pick for as many picks possible and accumulate a plethora of assets. Look at some of the trades that have gone through in situations like this, and look at the bounty of picks that you can assemble, and then you sit there and you take the best player available if you're not going to draft the quarterback. But you better be right, because I don't care if you get 3 Pro Bowlers at 3 different positions. If you miss on the quarterback, you lost.
And
right, let's go through the
I just want to put it out there. This is me reading through the tea leaves. I'm calling it right now. Sam Darnold will be a Giant. I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
I would love it. To me, I would love it. To me, that's a great pick.
He's the worst out of all 3 of them. Out of the 3
First of all, you're not doing your research. Sam Darnold and Rosen are the 2 blue slippers.
Are you
You have completely missed the boat.
You think
Sam
Darnold's better than Josh Rosen?
Yes, I think Sam Darnold is going to be better than Josh Rosen. It's not about who's better right now. It is not about who's better right now.
Okay, I get the potential. I thought you meant right now because you said it's better. So
this is about the next 10 to 15 years.
Okay. No, I agree with that. I agree.
Do I think Josh Rosen's a better quarterback right now? But I have to invest in a guy that I think can last 10 years. I don't know that those concussions with Rosen or the injuries with Rosen, and don't tell me that Darnold isn't a phenomenal prospect. The kid can play. The kid can play, man. And if you're worried about turnovers with Darnold, okay, he was on a bad team. He's a gunslinger. He made bad decisions. They all do. He's 20 years old. You can teach ball security in the pocket, okay, in reference to the fumbles, and you can teach to better decision-making that leads to less turnovers. You have Pat Shurmur. For as much as I disagree with the hiring of Pat Shurmur, he's excellent with young quarterbacks. So you get a quarterback, okay, and another thing is, if you do draft a quarterback, he's not playing right away.
Yep.
So that's why to me, that's why to me Darnold and Lamar Jackson are so attractive, because I don't think either one of them are ready to play right now. But I think in 2 or 3 years you'd have a gem on your hands with Pat Shurmur developing them.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go to the guy who's been on the hold the longest. The phones are all screwy, but let's see what's going on. 732.
Oh,
are you there?
Hey, hello.
What's going on, man?
I'm just calling back.
Sure.
One thing. You know how you guys were talking about, like, regards DRC moving free safety?
Mhm.
Mhm. Do you think it'd be a smart decision? I mean, I don't want to be biased because I met him. You think it'd be smart to trade down maybe and go for Minkah Fitzpatrick?
Amen. Yes.
I don't think we could trade down for Minkah Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's probably going to go in like the top probably 4
Why
or 5.
can't no? Why if you convince Cleveland that you want Barkley or you want the quarterback that they want, if they don't sign A.J. McCarron, or there's potential to trade back and get Minkah. You can trade back to 5 and get Fitzpatrick potentially with Denver.
That's true.
Rumors I've heard though on Fitzpatrick is his stock is dropping.
It would be good.
I just want to put that out there.
Why? Based on the combine? I mean, Jesus Christ! Enough with the combine.
I don't care about the combine.
Like, go watch the kid
much
play.
For the combine. Yeah, watch the tape. His tape is phenomenal.
Where's the parrot? Where's the parrot? Is there a parrot in here?
Oh, watch the kid
I literally have a video.
Yeah, little Jimmy
have
back
audio of the intern saying he loves Sam Darnold. That's who he's going for. If he couldn't get Barkley.
Okay.
2 seconds later.
Sam Darnold over Rosen. For the future, I thought Sam Darnold was better. But as of right now, I think Rosen's better. If Rosen didn't have
yeah. What are you drafting for? You're drafting for the future. You're not drafting for – that's the problem with trying to draft Saquon Barkley right now and saying that you're trying to win right now. The roster needs an overhaul, and you either get the quarterback that you think is phenomenal and that you can build around in the next 10 to 12 years, and if you believe Webb is that guy, you better be right, but you trade back, you get a bevy of picks, and you acquire the best players available, and you rebuild this roster on every level.
All right, 862 has been on for 10 minutes. Let's get to him.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, get the guy.
We talked about this before. As simple as if Rosen did not have the injury issues, it would be Rosen being number 1 all day.
Horse with a different color, but he does.
What's up?
So
what's up, caller? Where are you calling from? 862, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Hello. Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's your name?
What's up, buddy?
My name is Samir.
Samir.
I wanted to ask to see if do you think that the Giants would draft have a draft like how like the combine was built with like all these big receivers? Do you think the Giants would cut Brandon Marshall and draft one of these big receivers in later rounds?
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, I think Brandon Marshall is going to be gone. I think I'm curious to see what they do at the position. I'm one of these guys that think that you can, if you're strong on the offensive line and you have a good running game, I've seen Giants win the Super Bowl with Mark Ingram and, Stephen Baker. I don't think that you need phenomenal all-pro diva wide receivers in order to be successful in the NFL. I think you need guys that run good routes, that are tough, that are good possession receivers. And maybe they think they have a bunch of these younger kids on the roster that can do that. Maybe they're going to bring in a guy via free agency. I could definitely see them potentially using a pick in the later rounds on a wide receiver if one's available. Tim, what do you think?
I don't think it's going to be for size, but as far as receiver, I really think they're going to be looking for speed because I think Dwayne Harris is gone. We want a kick returner. So the kick returner kids that are like going late probably 5th, 6th round, I can see Giants, taking a run at somebody.
I mean,
like
I can see what the caller was saying in reference to needing a little size. I mean, you have Sterling in the slot. You know what Beckham is. He's a threat all over the field.
You got Ingram.
Maybe if you had one, you have Ingram, so you have one component maybe missing is that big physical possession, Anquan Bolden type wide receiver that, you're just one-on-one in the slot, 3rd and 7, you're not even worried about it. You're just throwing him the ball because he's tough enough to go make a play. I can see where that offense can use that component. Is that available via the draft or free agency? I don't know. I think calling later on, if you start talking about later on in the draft and saying, we need a wide receiver in the 4th round, I think that you're kidding yourself. I think you need to just see how it plays out and, what players are available there. And you just take the best, collect the best bunch of football players you can and let it play out when you get to camp.
All right, this guy's been on for about 12 minutes. Let's see what he got to say. 347, are you there?
I'm back. It's Isaiah.
Hey, what's going on?
You guys are having good conversation.
Isaiah, you don't have to hang up. You could just chill out. I'll come back to you.
All right. I wanted to ask you guys.
Hang up and retag you. I have to retag you.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I wanted to actually
tag you.
I wanted to say first, if the Browns pick Saquon Barkley with the number 1 pick, they're doing us a favor. I believe
huge favor.
I believe that we should take Sam Darnold with the number 2 pick as well if the Browns take Saquon Barkley. But I don't have faith in Josh Rosen at all because of all the injuries he had. But I wouldn't mind Josh Allen as well because he's been doing pretty good for himself and he performed well at the combine. So I was wondering, would you guys mind Josh Allen as our quarterback instead of Sam Darnold?
Yes, I would. I don't like Allen. I'm not an Allen fan. I think that I think people are kidding themselves when they are comparing him to Carson Wentz.
Captain Negative.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. I mean, I just don't think that he's. I don't see Carson Wentz. I see a kid that completed 56% of his passes playing against lesser competition. 56% of his passes. Great arm. But,
that's called an interception, jerk off.
And he's going to throw a lot of them if he's completing 56% of his passes at Wyoming Sisters of the Poor. But we've seen guys with big arms before fall flat on their face. There's more to this game than throwing the ball 70 yards in shorts and a T-shirt. You got to be able to anticipate. You got to be able to throw the ball into windows. You got to be able to read defenses. I don't know that Allen does that. He's a kid. I hope he proves me wrong, but I'm not sold.
As far as Josh Allen, I'm going to tell you this. If we take him at number 2, I'm going to be pissed off.
Yeah,
I have no problem with Josh Allen being on the team, and honestly, it'd be a perfect scenario for him.
I do.
So he could sit behind Eli. But if you're taking him at 2, you reached. You reached and you messed up. Now if we're taking him at like 10 or whatever, okay.
I got news for you.
You think he's going to make it down to 10 though?
No, I don't.
No, he's not going to make it that far. Someone's going to reach for him, but he's not worth the top 5 pick.
I think you guys are going to be really surprised that when these teams are on the clock, I think you're going to be really surprised about who's getting. I think the top couple of picks are going to be quarterbacks. I think you're going to see trades if the teams that are there aren't going to take them. I think that the offers for some of these kids are going to be so big, you're going to see teams salivating to get their hands on these kids. And then as one goes off the board, you're going to see teams get even more desperate because now their options are starting to be limited. So I don't think any of these kids are going to last very long, including Lamar Jackson. Somebody told me, we can get Lamar Jackson in the 2nd. I was like, you're absolutely crazy if you don't think that even if he lasted midway through the 1st round, that you don't think somebody is going to trade up and try to acquire that kid. I mean, you'd be insane not to. All 5 of these kids from even Allen, who I'm not as high on as other people, I have him ranked the 5th of the bunch. I think he's going in the 1st round too because you're just so desperate to get a quarterback. I mean, these teams are, we sat here and we said 17 teams a couple of weeks ago needed QBs, right? And you figure in free agency, maybe you can cross 3 to 4 of those teams off your list. That still leaves a huge chunk of teams, guys, that are going to be salivating to get their hands on these kids. And there's a reasonable scenario that all 5 of these kids, now it probably won't happen, but there's, you can see where all 5 of these kids are starting week 1 next year.
Yeah, that'd be a disservice to some of these kids, but yeah, you're probably right.
I agree, Tim. I don't think it's in the best interest of Allen. I think Mayfield. If you told me which guys are ready to start day 1, I think I would go Mayfield and Rosen. I think Darnold, Jackson, and Allen, are probably, when you look at some of the quarterback play across the league, even if they're not ready, considering what the quarterback play is and considering what you're going to invest to get them, you have to play them. And you have to go through those lumps of the Carson Wentz, Josh Goff year 1 so that you can reap the benefits and the rewards in year 2.
Hey, guys. I got to go, but I've got one question.
Go ahead. Shoot. Go for it.
Miami is $19 million over cap space. Who, if possible, who would you guys like to see us get from them?
Are you lining this up for us to say Sue?
It's a possibility. I mean, I'm just saying.
Too much.
No. Sue's not worth it.
Who would you guys?
I would hate Sue.
I don't think there's anybody on there that I would really want, to be honest, from the Dolphins.
There's a lot of fans who want us to grab Landry just so they can reunite him and Odell, but that would just be a waste of.
No thanks.
That'd be a waste.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I don't want Landry.
Nah.
Is Orlando Mari the kicker?
Better than he is.
Yeah, I don't even know who you would take for Miami.
Let's get Rosas out here. By the way, Rosas, you're listening, calling.
Maybe an offensive lineman.
I do have news for you guys. The more I think about, and it's a huge step down, but the more I think about the Buffalo deal, like if they're willing to trade, because depending on you got to figure they're going to struggle next year with a rookie quarterback. It's not going to go swimmingly. If the Giants found a way to acquire 21, 22, their second-round pick, Cordy Glenn, a first-round pick next year, and a second or third-round pick next year or the year following, I got news for you guys. And I think that you can even get more from them in that deal. You're trading down to 21 and 22, which is not ideal.
That's a huge jump.
It's a huge drop, but if depending on if you're giving me a second, if I'm getting 2 firsts, a second, a third, another first, and another second, and Cordy Glenn, that is a very tough package to turn down.
All right. Ned, you know what just came to my attention? Annette on Facebook just told me, why would we be passing up on Tunsil again if he was to become available?
Yeah, true. I mean, that, and I was also.
He's not coming available. He's still on a rookie.
He's on a rookie contract.
He's
on a rookie contract. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Their center.
And he's on a cheap rookie contract as well.
Yeah, exactly.
If anybody's going to come available, it's going to be like Cameron Wake, who's too old anyway. It seems like he's been there for 20 years.
Yeah, enough of that stuff.
Would you take him for cheap, though?
Would we take him for what?
Would you take him cheap? If he came kind of cheap, like a Brandon Marshall kind of deal?
Cameron Wake? No.
Yeah.
No.
Kiko Alonso, what do you guys?
Where are you going to play
maybe?
him? Where are you playing?
Yeah, where are you going to play him?
That's what I'm thinking.
It's just like the Richard Sherman stuff.
You're moving to a 3-4. You're moving to a 3-4. Where are you playing him? You're not playing him at linebacker.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I don't want him. I just want to see if anybody else thought.
No, you can't.
I'm saying
exactly.
I'm just spiking conversation here, man. Don't boo me, Captain.
It's a horrible conversation.
You're a horrible conversation.
Horrible.
And like Kim's laughing. Kim was like an old man when he laughs, like he's inhaling smoke.
Horrible. Know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
You guys don't appreciate the interns enough.
No,
thank you, Ned. Thank you, Ned.
Anyone who had to look up, who was the guy he had to look up the other day? He was looking up why does everybody hate Tiki Barber? Like, no patience. No.
Ned, we're working on a new intern. We're currently molding him.
Yeah.
Hey,
the force
they're
is strong
young,
in that
but
one.
you need to give them more appreciation. They do a lot of hard work that you don't see.
We just want to do more research.
While he's on mute, I'll give him a round of applause.
Yeah, great job.
He's got to do more research. You know what? He didn't even know who Sean McVay, what his name was. I mean,
who?
You got to go around the league. There was a thing I wanted Todd to do as far as a little sketch on the videos. There's no way he could do it if he doesn't know other teams. I want him to do a little thing like behind enemy lines and actually report on the rest of the division.
No, he has no clue. He can't do that.
He has no clue, though.
That's setting the poor kid up for failure. You don't want to do that. Plus, then we'd have to listen to it.
He's got to sit for a couple of years before he gets to the
Plus, then we'd have to listen to it. He doesn't even know who Tiki Barber is. You want him to go around the league and do it? He'll be telling us about fucking Tony Dorsett. Is that the breaking news thing?
That's the breaking news. You know what I forgot to do?
What?
You know what I forgot to do?
Stormy Daniels wants to come on the podcast. What?
I forgot to wish Mrs. Captain Negative a happy birthday.
Oh,
yes, Mrs. Captain
Negative.
Birthday. Yes, my beautiful vixen of a wife. It's her birthday today, and thank you. We appreciate that, Marco. And for her birthday, I decided not to ask her to have sex. So there you go.
Worked out well.
Figured we ask every night. Might as well not for her birthday. Put her out of that misery. And she's happy. So everybody wins tonight.
And today she actually has a smile. Look at that.
And today she actually has a smile on her face. She's Captain Positive.
I never said that.
Her power is her sunny disposition.
So none of this happened.
I'll just slip it in.
No, not at all. No. It's her birthday, that poor thing. I don't want to put
That's not true.
It's sadly it is.
All right. Did you see any of the combine at all? No one.
Me?
Not even a lick. Yeah.
I saw when Justin told me that Lamar Jackson was throwing a duck. I went on and I looked and I watched it. I found his entire combine, and I went on and I looked, and the first throw he threw was a duck, and every throw after that was pretty damn good. So I really just laughed it off, and that was it. Like not much at all. And even like the clips on Facebook and stuff, I really just scroll past them. Like I don't care.
Yeah, I watched very little. I watched some of the quarterbacks throw, not like too crazy, and I watched the one hand push-up the bench press. And I think that's about it, actually.
Yeah.
But people keep on.
I got no patience
stuff like,
for it. Like I'd rather watch the game film on from Saturdays.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather watch them actually play college football.
I really think it's about the interviews anyway.
Like the 40s, like I don't care. Like I don't care how fast you can run in a 40-yard sprint. Like I don't care. Like can you take the angle? Like do you know how to make? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know how to play football?
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about running fast and lifting fucking weights, man. It's about, you know, you're tough enough. Are you a game player? Do you know how to read a defense? Do you know how to, you know, make an open field tackle? You know, can you catch the ball when you got two guys bearing down on you? When you fucking, you know, running your 4.40 and you got a safety that's fucking breathing down your neck, ready to take your head off. Can you make the catch?
Who's running a 4.40?
Whoever it is.
Barkley?
Me.
All right, let's see. So we still have the phone lines open if you guys want to call in, 516-453-9383. We're in the comment section. See if anything is going on over there. And do you have to text me when I put you on mute to verify if you're on mute?
Oh my God!
Yes,
Jesus Christ! He's like
an
an ex-girlfriend that won't go away.
I don't want to make noise.
And we
There
put you
you
on
go.
mute,
Back
Todd,
on
it's
mute.
like we're breaking up with you, and then Todd comes back and he's like, "Oh, you know, I love you. You know, don't let me go. You're all I got." It's like that fucking stalker ex-girl. She's single white Todd.
I can't even look at the comments. Hold on. Let's see what we got.
Do you know how fucking? You know what's hysterical is that he has no clue what single white Todd is even a reference to.
No.
No, not at all.
He's cutting his hair like Marco. He's wearing fucking the Marco
let's
glasses.
bring him on and ask him. Are you ready
As
to
soon as he
review?
says yes or no, though, then put him.
No,
you have no
I
clue.
don't.
Single white.
I'm not white.
No,
Go Google single white female. Go to YouTube and put in single white female trailer.
Watch it and then call us back next week.
Watch it and then text Marco and let him know what you think.
I want a book report.
We'd like a synopsis of the trailer.
Yes. APA format, please.
Yeah. Actually, we're on for 2 hours. It's an hour and a half. Watch the fucking movie and then give us a full review at the end of the show. I'm only joking. I do want a review of the trailer. How fucking hilarious would that be? A Todd review of this. We should give him old movies to watch and then have him, like, do a review. Like, have him watch Goonies and shit and then give a review. There's no way Todd's seen Goonies. There's no way Todd has seen Goonies. I'm willing to bet, Todd. What are the odds Todd has seen Goonies?
I'm going to say Todd's seen Goonies.
Do you want to ask him?
I'm going to go with.
Yeah, let's find that out. That's an important question.
Hold on. Let's first get our answers in. I say he has not seen Goonies.
Yeah, I'm with you, Marco. I don't think that kid has seen Goonies.
No,
he doesn't even know what the fuck a Goonie is.
He's seen Goonies.
We're going.
Bring Todd on. Bring Todd on. Now,
he's listening.
Where's Todd?
So all three of us are
Todd,
going to say.
Todd, we're going to bring Todd. We're going to bring you on, Todd. And listen, I know you have a tendency to go off on tangents. We're going to need yes/no answers to the following questions. Okay, that's it. So bring them on.
We will quiz you. You can't just say you saw it. All right, ready?
Okay.
We're back on. Have you seen the Goonies?
All right. So, have you seen Goonies?
I've seen Goonies like 10 times.
You've seen Goonies? Wow, I'm impressed. Okay.
I told you I was raised
What
by
is
single moms.
the name? What is that? Again, enough tangents. Come on, here we go. Focus. What is the name of the fucked up face guy that goes, "Hey, you guys"?
I don't remember his name, but I don't remember his name.
You've seen the movie 10 times and you don't remember his name. Who does
it was a long time ago. I was a kid.
What was for you're 18? You've seen it 10 times and you don't fucking remember it. Come on.
I was a kid.
So listen.
I don't remember the fat kid's name who does the truffle shuffle, but I remember him doing
Todd, stop talking. Who did the truffle shuffle?
I don't remember. I just know he was the fat kid with the curly hair.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Oh. God, who sees the Goonies and remembers all of this? Because it's a good movie.
First of all,
it's not that good. Movie.
If Goonies is on now,
what does the douchebag say when he pulls the jacket up from the well and it's his letter jacket?
I grew up with this movie.
He says, "Andy, you Goonie." Come on.
I don't watch.
Tim's dying.
All right, people in the comment section. He's back on mute. Give us another movie see.
Oh, Karate Kid. But the real
Karate
one.
Kid?
Did he see the real one?
Not the Jaden Smith one. The real one. All right,
not
let's
the Jaden.
bring him
That's
back
not
on.
the Karate Kid. That's fucking the Fresh Prince went to Tokyo. That's not the fucking Karate Kid.
Hold on, let's go. Let's go to the Karate Kid. All right.
Yes, I've seen the Karate Kid. I've seen all 3 of them. I've seen 4 of them. And the third one, I think
You've
is
seen
the one
all.
that has
You've
girl
seen
in
the
it.
Karate Kid. Okay. Have you seen Star
Yes,
Wars?
I told you, my mom was your age.
Have you seen
Yes,
Rocky?
I've seen every Star Wars. I've seen every.
Have you seen Rocky?
I have seen every Rocky. All of them.
You've seen every Rocky.
Even
what was
the
the name of
horrible
the
one where he comes out
boxer
of
in
retirement.
Rocky? What was the name of the boxer in Rocky?
Yes.
They're all fucking boxers. What are you talking about?
What is the name of the main boxer in Rocky?
What was the name? What was the name of the? Who did Rocky fight in Rocky 1?
Oh fuck! It's the black guy.
The black guy.
But
well, Todd, now you're
black,
racist.
that's what I know.
Now all of YouTube and Facebook know that you're racist. He fought a black guy in 3 out of the 4 fucking movies. I don't count 5 and I don't count 6. Those never happened.
First of all, the Rocky Balboa was good. I liked Rocky Balboa.
No, it was pretty good. You're right. It was good. I mean, that wasn't bad. But, I mean, come on. The first
granted,
4,
Tommy
that was the
Gunn
prime
was
time.
horrible.
Yeah, the first 4, that was prime time. I mean, you got to go to the first 4. But to not
The
know...
fifth was horrible.
To not know, I mean, Rocky Balboa, the Italian Stallion versus Apollo Creed.
Okay,
Sounds like a goddamn monster movie. Come on.
Name his dog.
Oh, my God. Can you name Rocky's dog? Great question, Tim. Can you name his girlfriend? I don't even think he could name Rocky's wife. Bring him on.
You're back on.
Todd, do you know Rocky's
both.
wife's name? He fucking yells it at the end of the movie.
Rocky's dog is Butt Kiss, and his girlfriend's name is Adrian. Everybody knows.
Adrian,
Wow.
good job.
All right, good. Give him a little thing. Give him a little thing.
And his trainer.
What was the name? What was the name? Todd, what was the name of the guy he fought in the first Rocky?
It's Apollo Creed. I remember it now. It's Creed.
Okay, you know that because I said it. What was it? Who did he fight in Rocky?
He's Googling, like...
How about this? How about this for a question, guys? Wait. Hold on, ready? In Rocky 3, Rocky fought what was a tag team in an actual WrestleMania. He fought them both in Rocky 3. Can you name not only the wrestler and the actor, but their names in the movie? Go.
Oh, God.
You know it, Tim, right?
2 of the wrestlers. I can name 2 of the wrestlers.
I think I know it. I know what's his name.
I can name all 3 of the wrestlers.
There wasn't 3, and it's not 3. Okay, so go ahead. Who were the 2 guys?
Clubber Lang and Thunderlips, or something like that.
Thunderlips.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Thunderlips. Clubber Lang was.
But who's Clubber Lang? Who's Clubber Lang?
That's Mr. T.
Mr. T. Okay. All right, good. I'm just checking up because we're a little concerned.
He's good on Rocky.
We're a little concerned.
Hold on.
I'm not socially.
We're going to do a movie switch. We're going to do a
that
movie
was the question. That's still up for debate.
Todd.
There's plenty.
Todd.
Yes, we are trolling the hell out of
Rudy.
Todd. Hold on. There's a lot of Sandlot requests. Have you seen Sandlot, Todd?
Sandlot?
Killing me,
I've seen Sandlot, and I have seen Rudy as well.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Field of Dreams?
I told you guys, my mom is y'all's age. She had me watch all these.
Top Gun.
My mom is your age. Mute him.
Muted.
Well, no, I remind him of that every day. So it's fine.
He's done.
Cruisin wants to know who's the black and white dude on here. Who saw The Last Dragon? I bet you all 3 of us have seen The Last Dragon.
Oh, absolutely.
The Last Dragon?
The Last Dragon? That is the best movie ever.
Isn't that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Doesn't he fight Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in that?
No, it's Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, but doesn't he fight? Isn't Kareem? Which one does he fight Kareem in? There's one where he fights Kareem, doesn't he?
No, it's not Kareem.
It is Kareem.
Yeah, he does. Bruce Lee does fight Kareem.
Is it Kareem or Will Chamberlain? He fights one of them. Google it.
Todd.
Something that he knows his shit's the last drag and laughed my ass off. Give the guy a break. People are requesting leniency.
What are they requesting?
No, the last drag you're talking about was like kiss my Converse, right? you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
I have no clue what you're talking about, Tim.
I will give Todd.
Kiss my Converse.
I will give Todd a home run question to answer. Do you think he could do it?
I mean, depends on the question. Yeah, let's find out.
I'm
intrigued.
I'm looking at the year. I want to make sure I get the right year. This
Has
way,
he seen Back to the Future?
For him.
Another one.
1994. That should be good. Right?
94. What a good year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's bring him back on.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready? I have a movie
and I
for
have
you.
seen Back to the Future, by the way.
What's the question?
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I just heard some. I don't know what the hell that noise was.
It was like a fan or something. Oh, and happy birthday to your wife, by the way, Jay. You guys have me muted, but can wish her happy birthday.
No, you're not. You're on live.
So what's the question?
I'm looking up one thing, but it keeps on throwing an ad at me.
Bruce Lee versus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's on YouTube.
That's not the movie I wasn't talking about the last drag with Bruce Lee.
I can't find it.
What?
All right, ready? Are you ready? So
I'm ready.
the quick synopsis is misfits form their own opposing team to an elite Pee Wee football team coached by an elite team's coach's brother. What movie is this? It stars Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill. This should be a home run.
Yeah, this should be a good one. This should be an easy one.
I mean, there's no way he's getting it.
Can I answer now?
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he gets it.
Can I answer now? Because this is way too easy.
Yeah, he knows it. See?
God damn.
Can I answer now? This is too easy.
Yeah, answer.
Can I answer now? Okay, when I answer, I would like to stay off of mute because this is way too easy. You guys are underestimating my ability. It's Little Giants. I had Down syndrome to not know that. I'm not stupid.
Are you
like that was my favorite football movie growing up. That was my favorite football movie growing up.
Have you ever seen Donnie Brasco?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Has he seen The Bronx Tale?
Ooh.
No, I almost watched that one day. My mom wanted me to watch it, but I was sitting at his buddy's house. But no, I have not seen The Bronx Tale.
Back on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, shut the heck up.
That's classic.
Put him in the bathroom.
I'm taking back.
He's in the bathroom. All right, let's
put him in the bathroom.
All right, let's see.
Coffee.
All right, there's been a million calls. I will go to the longest one. 717. You've been on for 28 minutes. And did you call for? Let's see. What's up, caller? Are you there? Are you done with movie trivia?
How's it going, guys?
Do you have anything to add to this?
Depends.
No, not really. I pretty much knew all the movies you were talking about, so
nice.
I guess he must be very young.
You think he's your shot because you knew all of them? Do you want us to grill you too?
No, I'm just old as dirt.
I think he wants to talk some football.
Yeah, indeed.
What's up, man?
Hey, I was wondering what you guys thought about the possibility of trading the number 2 overall pick to get some additional picks and focus on developing Davis Webb, with Pat Shurmur being, the alleged quarterback guru, what he did with Nick Foles and also what he was able to do with Case Keenum, what do you think he would be able to do with Davis Webb, especially having a year or so to sit on the bench behind Eli?
That's the it's the $1 million question. We all hope that if we don't know. First of all, here's the thing. A couple of weeks ago, Jordan Renan came out right before the combine and shit and said that be aware that the Giants are going to give out a lot of misinformation leading up to the draft, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, who knows what to believe and who knows what not to believe. But the $1 million question is, do the Giants really feel that Davis Webb is going to be better than pick one of the 5 guys coming out of this draft? If the question is no, then you have to take one of the guys that you have ranked pretty high based on your scouting. You have to. If the answer is we like what we see from Davis Webb and we're confident that he can be better than any 5 of these guys that are coming out, then yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you. The option is to trade the pick. And the option is to trade the pick only because the desire to get your hands on one of the quarterbacks is going to be so great by one of these other teams that they're going to offer you an arm and a leg to get that second pick so they can get their hands on the quarterback that you don't want. I think the wisest decision would be to trade that pick if you're not sold on one of the quarterbacks.
100%. I'm on the same. If you are taking the quarterback, you trade back. Period. Even if it's for a few picks, especially because you just gave away a couple picks,
Yeah, not
really big. I'm just saying you add to the lot. Well, let's say if you just move down a few picks, you could still get another second rounder, which is a solid starter.
Guys, what if you walked out of this draft? What if you traded back 3 or 4 spots and you ended up with one of 3 of Fitzpatrick, Nelson, Chubb? I mean, there's a realistic possibility that you can get back to 4 or 5. If the quarterbacks are hot, if we're right, and these teams are going to be moving up to get a quarterback, and you make a trade with, let's say, Cleveland to get back to 4, who's to say that somebody doesn't make a trade with Indianapolis to get their hands on another quarterback and you end up with Chubb?
Yeah.
I mean, crazy things happen on draft day. If you told me we could trade back to 4, 5, 6, 6 is difficult because it's the fucking Jets. But if you told me we could trade back to 4, 5, 6 and end up with one of those 3 guys plus an extra pick, here's my thing, though. You better be right about Davis Webb, and he better end up being better than any 5 of these guys. Because if not, then no matter who you get in the draft with the extra picks, you've lost. You have to be right about Webb, or you lose.
I'm going to throw this guy on hold, and I'm going to go to the next one who's been on for about 30 minutes. Hold on.
Jesus.
347, what's up with you?
Is it Isaiah?
Hello?
Is this Isaiah still?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, man?
You just listening in, huh?
Yeah, I was just listening for an hour, man. You guys should have me on the fucking show.
You're on it now.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, because most likely Weston Richburg is going to get cut now, because I feel like most likely we're going to sign Andrew Norwell. And I was wondering, how do you guys feel about Brett Jones starting at center for a whole nother season?
What? Well, they just put the tender on him, right? I mean, I think it's obvious how they feel about him. I think it's obvious how they feel about him and what they're asked, what their goal is with him. I think that, the writing is on the wall that Richburg has, maybe seen his last day as a Giant. I saw a report the other day that there was maybe a conversation to be had about him moving to guard. I don't really see it. I think that he'll make a pretty penny at the center position on the open market. I think there'll be certain teams that think he has some potential. And they kick the tires on him. It's time to go with that. And I got news for you. Nobody is going to go after Brett Jones, in my opinion, with the tender because of the second-round value. I don't think you're going to get anybody who's going to make an offer to him knowing that it's going to net them a second. It's going to not net. It's going to cost them a second-round pick.
What do you guys think we should do at the tackle position, though? Because I feel like we still need tackles. I still want to keep Pugh. You know, having Pugh, Brett Jones, and Andrew Norwell would be great for us, I think.
No, Pugh is a bum. Pugh's a bum. He's a bum. He's a bum. I'm sorry. He's a bum. Pugh's a problem. And you've seen him go from position to position. And you really, no matter where he went, he left something to be desired, in my opinion. So I think it's a clean slate. I think what you're going to see is, you know, from reports, you could possibly have 4 new starters on this line. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Are they convinced that they can give Wheeler one of the tackle spots? I don't know. Salary-wise, you would think that they have to free up some cap space if they're going to go out and they're going to bring a guy in. I don't know that there's anybody really available. You're looking at the potential to maybe drafting a guy, maybe making a trade for a guy to come in and help at the tackle spot. But great question, and I don't know. I don't know. Does Flowers move to right tackle and they bring in a left tackle?
Nah, that don't mean shit because his technique is still horrible. He still has horrible technique, so it doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, well, you know what, dude? You know what? Honestly, Flowers was not your problem last year.
He wasn't.
And if you want to talk realistically, and if Giant fans really want to step back and go watch the tape, you can make an argument that he was the most improved offensive player and the most consistent offensive player all fucking year round.
I agree with you, James, because
it's a tough pill for Giant fans to swallow. But Eric Flowers, considering that he's not a left tackle, has progressed. And if you look at the numbers and PFF and all that good stuff, he's actually become a pretty competent left tackle, and he's gotten better. So, you know, do they leave him there?
Well, the fact is, right now he's getting left there until we have somebody to come in. Because, you know, maybe they do stick Chad Wheeler in left tackle and move Flowers to right tackle.
They may be stuck and have to say they're in no other position but to bring him back. I mean, I don't know.
I think Gettleman likes the size, and that's the one thing reason Richburg is gone. Giants believed, from what they read, they're like, he wasn't big enough to affect the running game, and that's why they pretty much benched him for the rest of the season.
I honestly think that where they missed the boat on him, first of all, we all know they reached on him. He should have never been drafted where he was. But here's the thing: that kid's a right tackle. He's a right tackle. Like you're putting a circle block into a square fucking hole, and it doesn't work. I mean, you gotta, you know, he's a right tackle.
I have a question for you guys, because knowing after the draft during the preseason, because you guys were talking about Davis Webb, I think in the preseason we should put Davis Webb to start the entire preseason. We should even play our starters, knowing the amount of injuries we had in the first place. I feel like if we put him to play in the preseason, I feel like we'll have an understanding of what he was able to do, and then we can see what we can do.
I agree with you that Davis Webb should play a ton in the preseason, but let's remember, let's not be naive about this, and let's not be scared about this and say, okay, well, we got to bench all of our guys in the preseason. You're switching to a 3-4 defense. You're switching to a new offense. The starters need to play. Odell Beckham Jr. included.
Odell should have played a snap.
Now, no, I disagree. You're putting a brand new offense in. You're putting a brand new offense in. You need live snaps. He didn't play all year.
Odell doesn't need snaps. He's fine.
He does need snaps.
I feel like
Odell is not fucking Superman. Odell Beckham Jr. needs snaps, just like Eli needs snaps, just like Tom Brady needs snaps, just like every human being that's going to succeed on the NFL level needs to practice and needs to have snaps. He has not played in a full year. So you're telling me now you're gonna just have him practice and you're not gonna have him play in live competition games, and then you're gonna have him go week 1. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna get hurt.
You know what? I remember a Super Bowl wide receiver. They pretty much did that. Plexico. And Odell.
Okay, there's one. There's one. There's fucking one. All these other, like, that's sort of like bringing up Tom Brady when you're talking about the draft and not taking a guy at 1. Oh, where was Tom Brady drafted? Okay, Tom Brady is one of how many fucking quarterbacks that have been drafted in the 5th or 6th round?
Yo, I have another question for you guys. Knowing that we talk about offense and defense all the time, how come we never talk about special teams? I fucking despise
because
our
it's
kicker.
special teams.
I despise our kicker. Our punter is shit. We need a new punter. We need a new kicker. We got a new special teams coach, so that's a plus right there. Our special teams last year was horrible. So
we're gonna get a new kick returner. I saw things where they might bring in competition for wing. They're definitely bringing in competition for Rosas.
Let's hope they bring in competition for Rojas. And let's hope somebody hits fucking Wing with a helmet in his temple and wakes him up. What's happened to that guy?
Yeah, I don't.
And get him a haircut.
He was one of the better punters, and this past year was just horrible. Some guy in his head.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem was, but it's time for him to snap the fuck out of it too. But I mean, that's part of the reason why we don't talk about special teams. We're going to talk about Rojas and Brad Wing. I mean, I think we're all under the impression that there needs to be an upgrade at both positions.
Yeah, we're all done with our special teams talk. All right, I'm going to throw you on hold. There's another guy who's been on for a while. What's up, 917? Where you? Hey, what's up?
It's Ryan. Yeah. What do you think we were going to do with the second pick in the draft? Like,
what do you think?
Yeah.
Second round, I mean. Sorry.
Oh, second round?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it depends. When I am of the school of that you can't target a position. Like, I don't think – I think when you get into the pool of players that are in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, I think that you have to look at and say, who is the best player that I have on my board right now? And then you have to select that player. I think if you start drafting for needs on your roster, that's where you end up reaching and that's where you make mistakes. I think this is not going to be – I think the Giant fans that are under the impression that this is a 1-year fix and you're going to bring in 7 guys, 8 guys out of the draft, and all 8 guys are going to contribute and be productive is naive. This is something now with Gettleman here where it's going to be a progression of 2 to 3 seasons of drafting and rebuilding this roster. This roster is broken. Anytime that you're playing Munson, the roster is broke. Okay, so there needs to be an overhaul and there needs to be an influx of talent and good football players. So when it comes to the 2nd and 3rd round, I think, we've said it the last couple of weeks, you have to just take good players and get them into camp and let everything else sort of – you can't worry about depth at position. You can't worry about – this team needs players everywhere. Don't fool yourself and say you don't need a defensive lineman. You do. Don't fool yourself and say you don't need a defensive tackle or a defensive end. You do. You need more linebackers. You could use another safety. You definitely need more corners. You need possibly at least 4 new linemen if you're going to bring Brett Jones back. You have a slot receiver and you have Odell Beckham Jr. You don't have a wide receiver to the outside. You think you have a quarterback. You don't have a running back, and you don't have a fullback. You have a tight end. So this team has a lot of holes, Giant fans, and any time that you're switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4, it's not a flick of the switch to say, okay, now we're good at a 3-4 defense. It's something that there's going to be growing pains. They're going to have to work itself out. There's going to be players that you think are going to be able to convert from a 4-3 to a 3-4 that during the course of the season that you realize that you're wrong. And you have to now, fill those holes as you go into the next off season and build up your roster more to get players that can fill those holes. So, this is not just flick of the switch. This is going to be something where, they need more players. So that 2nd round pick, you take the best player available, you bring him to camp, and you let it ride.
Well, I want to answer the question a little. Actually, answer the question. instead of walking around it. If you want to go by interviews, the simple fact is Giants been interviewing running backs, linebackers, and linemen. That's all they've been interviewing. So there's a good shot it's going to be one of those three positions in the second round.
I'll bet you it isn't. I'll bet you right now it isn't.
All right, the bet is on.
What have we learned for years with the Giants? The players that they invite in are usually the players that they don't draft. The players that they're talking to, and considering the misinformation thing, if you're holding any merit into the fact of who they're going after, who they're interviewing, to think that those are the guys come end all be all that they're targeting, you're on crack.
Yeah, but that Jerry Reese school of thought burnt us a few times.
Yep.
Not interviewing
guys. That's how every team does it, guys. That's not just us. All these teams are throwing out misinformation. Every single one of these teams. And I don't believe that the Browns are really going to take Saquon Barkley gun to their head. I think that they want the Giants to think that they're going to take Saquon Barkley, though. I don't think that you can believe. I don't think you can believe anything that you see or hear from any of these teams right now. They have enough information on these kids. They know enough about these kids where an interview for 15 minutes is not going to sway them one way or another that much. There's going to be much more that happened prior to this that's taken into consideration, and much more that happens after this that's going to be taken into consideration before we get to late April.
You don't think that Jerry's getting burnt on Owa Adigizua, Eli Apple, because they didn't interview them? They really don't know what's going on. You don't think
I think they reached for bad talent. I think they picked bad football players. And I don't think that has to do with a 15-minute interview. Look at the year they took Jay Bromley. Do you know where Jay Bromley was when the Giants drafted him? He was at the fucking grocery store because he didn't think he was getting drafted that day.
Yeah, he was surprised.
Okay, so that's just like the technique of it, of not giving any information and trying to throw the wolves off the scent, or the dogs off the scent, so nobody knows which way you're going. So going into the draft, you have the ability to trade up or trade back with teams not knowing what you're going to do. That's the advantage. Now, you have to get it right. Some teams get it right and some teams get it wrong. The Giants got it wrong more times than not.
People in the chat want
people that they thought.
Yeah, people in the chat want you to clarify what the bet is going to be between you and him.
That the Giants don't take a quarterback, a running back, or an offensive lineman with the second round pick.
A running back, a lineman.
You said the players that they interviewed.
They've been interviewing running backs, offensive linemen, and linebackers.
All right, so I'll bet. What do you want the bet to be? So it's the second round pick. I'll take the field, and you take those three positions. But I don't know what you want to bet.
I don't know. People don't realize that we don't see each other like that.
Yeah, but still, I mean, we can bet something. I mean, I don't know. What is, how about this? We don't have to decide tonight, but we can revisit it, and we'll take ideas on what people. Yeah.
Suggestions from the audience.
Maybe Justin has an idea. We'll figure it out.
What are you thinking of Todd and Ryan playing Madden, and we'll do play-by-play while they play?
I don't even want. I don't want to do that. I'll tell you the truth. I don't want to do it. What I'd rather do is to give a Giants/football quiz, to come up with a field of questions and to put them through a field of questions to end with a 2-minute debate on a topic, maybe concussions or something like that, and then to go with another 2 minutes where they get to then make their case to us why they should be the intern.
I kind of like that. I like that. I definitely like the Giants quiz because I don't think either one of them are going to do well.
You do the Giants. You do Giants quiz, right? And then the second, we'll whoever wins the quiz, and then the second part of the field is the debate. We'll have them debate and each pick a side. And then the third part of the competition is who makes the best play.
I like it.
I think we will start with that. That sounds like a good idea.
How about that?
People in the chat are really into the bet. They want you to make a video about the bet. This way, it's like set in stone, and they want a legit bet.
Wow.
Well, I want to know. I want to know, what do they want us to bet? Like, what the fuck are we going to bet? Like, you want to bet money? Like, what are we betting here? Like blood? Like, what are these guys talking about? Like,
send me your pinky.
Like, I'm willing to bet, but I don't know what you want to bet over a second round pick.
This is like Hunger Games style.
Yeah, I'm surprised that these guys. Is this what caught fire?
Yeah,
the bet. If we go viral, if we're like on CNN, the second round bet.
James,
it's not even the first round. It's a second round, and we're not only that.
Yeah, it's not even a first round; it's a second round.
Yeah, the loser has to go into fight in the Hunger Games against all their podcasts.
Man loses pinky over second round bet.
Oh, I would definitely die in the Hunger Games. I'd be the first one dead.
We just need Hunger Games against other podcasts.
I would be the first one dead in a Hunger Games competition.
You know, I've tried to watch Hunger Games.
Can we please be good this year so we can start pranking the Jets podcast? I wanted to start breaking up this season, but I couldn't do anything.
We don't have the right to bust anybody's balls right now. We just have to shut up and hope that we fucking turn the ship around. We have to worry about us.
Yes.
Jets got their own problems.
Let's see. Let's see if anyone's on. Maybe we'll throw a little prank call out there. Hold on.
Oh, we're getting pranked? Or we're doing the pranking?
Stampede Blue Colts cast.
What's his idea for the bet? You guys should bet your firstborns. Whoa!
See who else is
not even a first round pick. I'll bet my secondborn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you want to bet, Tim. I mean, I could send you something. We could bet some. We could bet. We could bet a Sunday dinner. So like open like a Sunday that we're not together. I'll like dinner's on me. I'll get you pizza and wings or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of fucking ideas of. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll definitely gotta think of something.
Do you know Tim's pizza of choice? Do you know what he
it would be Tim's decision. I would have to buy whatever Tim wanted. He wants a 6-foot sub. I'll get him a 6-foot sub. I don't know. He can have all his friends over.
Tim would like a Hawaiian pizza with apricot preserves. Is this true?
Well, then I'll
Tim?
PayPal him the fucking. I'll PayPal him the money, and he could order it because no fucking man would order that type of pizza.
You can't even place the order.
Nope. Google and the government are not hearing that order come from my phone. I'll PayPal the money, and you could have the shame of placing that order. I'll take a pineapple pizza. Do you guys have a gluten-free pie? Is that pie gluten-free?
You know what? You guys make fun, but it's a solid pizza.
Tim's the only fucking guy that eats gluten-fucking-free pizza with a fucking 12-pack of beer.
And please tell me it's not with a fork and a knife.
Hashtag defeat the purpose.
Who does that, man? Who does that?
Democrats.
Republicans. Oh, my God.
Oh, Christ almighty.
Humiliation.
I got to listen to it down here, man, because, first of all, Syracuse is getting their ass whooped by UNC right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now I gotta listen to all these damn North Carolina people come tomorrow.
I gotta tell you guys, I am very excited about this Ogletree thing. I think that I am hoping that the Giants
take this linebacker rehaul seriously. And if you're going to go to a 3-4, you need linebackers. And I don't think people realize how good Ogletree is. His ability to cover backs and tight ends, just a huge weapon, man. And if Tomlinson can come along and Snacks can rebound and play well, who me and Snacks are BFFs, then it should free up those middle guys. Maybe Goodson, definitely now Ogletree, to make some plays. And I'm excited to see who they get for the outside, what their plan is for the outside, what adjustments they're going to make for the roster. There should be a lot more change coming. It should be a fun couple of weeks coming up.
Absolutely. How nice is it that we're actually going to have good linebacking core? In theory.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
It's been so many years.
The bet should be the loser has to eat a gluten-free pie.
Oh, God, no.
What the
I won't
hell
do that. I will not.
What's a gluten-free pie?
The fuck is that?
Have a cauliflower.
Against my religion.
Not allowed to
Would
do
you
it.
ask a Christian to pray at a mosque? That's against my religion. I'm not doing it. Come up with something better. A gluten-free pie. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
I got a question for you.
Do they even make those? Go ahead.
Considering you're Captain Negative, did this move by David Gettleman give you just a little bit more faith in him?
Oh, yes. Because I was just about to bash him. I really was. When I saw that the Eagles made the move for Bennett, my first reaction was, wow, wholesale changes. What the fuck are we doing? Like there should have been moves made already. And and seconds later, literally fucking seconds later, I got the news about Ogletree. And man, I think that it's a ray of sunshine. When you heard about wholesale changes, I was concerned that it would be the same old. This signals that there has to be other moves coming, and I'm curious to see, knowing that Gettleman, sometimes has no problem saying goodbye to certain players. He has no affiliation with some of these guys. I'm very curious to see who are the guys that he targets as players to get rid of, and then the type of players that he targets and brings in with either the money that he's able to free up or the potential moves he can make in trading some guys away and acquiring maybe some extra picks. I think that you have to be positive after this move, especially considering that they gave up only the comp pick, gave up a sixth, and they still got back a seventh. So really, it's Ogletree and a seventh for your sixth, really. And that, despite the fact that the money is large, you have to take into consideration that there is an out after the 2018 year. If it doesn't work out and he doesn't play up to par, that you can move him and free up that money and get rid of him. So I don't think there's any negative to the move whatsoever. And here's the other thing that, we haven't spoke about at all, considering Ogletree. He's a hell of a fucking player. So no negatives, definitely positives.
Yeah. I saw Bernard said that this was going to be a pretty cap friendly move because I think he said it was going to be under $4 million, under $5 million.
Well, I think
in total.
I think I saw 4.25.
It's 4.97, something like that.
4.9. I thought I saw 4 point something. So, yeah, I mean, if that's how much you're paying on the cap to get rid of him, and there's an out in 2018, and you just gave you are not going to draft anybody in the sixth round who is going to be better on day one than Ogletree. And in the NFL, he's a valuable commodity to have, because of how the running backs now are used in the spread offenses. You can use him. He's a 3-down linebacker because you can use him in the 3-4. You can use him in the nickel. You can use him in the dime in the middle of the field. And he matches up to cover the linebacker, to cover running backs, to cover the tight ends. He's a weapon. And in Betch's system, a guy like him is extremely valuable, especially when you look at the way that, Betcha used Deion Buchanan and some of those other guys in Arizona. Ogletree fits that mode, and I think you have to be excited to now see what pieces are going to go along with this. I think what really excites me is to see the next move. I think that this is okay, Ogletree is a really good first step. Now you got me. You got me. You set the bait out. I'm right there. I'm ready to bite. What's the next move now? I think that's the big question. I don't know how serious to take Norwell things.
I think it's done.
I think that people want to. I think that people want to think it's done. I think, but you know what? I think that I don't want to. I really don't want to be Captain Negative on this because the reports seem to be valid that there's interest on both sides and it may be a foregone conclusion. But I don't know, something about the fact that we can't offer him the most money gives me pause. I don't know I don't know his ties to Gettleman, if they're that strong. He was an undrafted guy, so Gettleman gave him his shot. So maybe that holds a lot more water with a guy like Norwell. I really don't know much about him, other than he's a phenomenal athlete. I don't know what kind of person he is. I haven't looked into it at all. But if Norwell is the next move after Ogletree, and you've upgraded already at 2 positions that needed significant upgrades, then, now we're talking. So, and then it'll be what's the next move and what's the next move. And by then there should be a couple of roster moves that already have been made by the time we even get the final decision on Norwell. So it's an exciting time to be a Giant fan, and we can only go one way, right? After last year, the fucking stadium would have to explode in order to, for anything to go worse. So things are looking up.
Yeah, the nice thing I heard about Gettleman was he wants a free agency, he says, sets up the draft to where he's like, I don't want to have to be stuck to try to draft a need. I want to draft the best player available, so I want to get free agency pretty much out the way.
Well, see, to me, I think that's
the lineup that way.
The thing I do like about Gettleman, there are certain things I do like about Gettleman. Now, the reason why I was so down on Gettleman was because I really felt that this team needed to be looking at a decade out and not, 3 to 4 years out. And I thought Gettleman signaled more of a short-term answer than a long-term answer. And, for what it's worth, though, there are things to like about Gettleman. The fact that he has no, pause in saying, fuck you, get out. I love that about him. It seems like he's aggressive enough to make moves. He seems to draft, has a nice eye for talent. A guy like Norwell, undrafted free agent, successful in the drafts. There's a lot to like about a guy like Gettleman. It was just a difference of opinion in where I thought the franchise should be going. But, there's potential for him to, turn this around. He just has to be right. Just has to hit. But you should be, I agree with the fact that they're going to use free agency. To me, you use free agency to fill your needs. You say, okay, I need a left tackle. There's a left tackle available. I need a guard. There's a guard available. There's a linebacker available. There's a cornerback available. I like that corner. I know what I'm getting. I have a need here. I'm going to use my money to fill the need. I like the strategy of doing that via free agency and then being able in the draft to say who are the best players and not being strapped to say I have to draft a guy at this position because I have no one there. That's the way it should be played. You just got to get it right.
And that makes you a whole lot less predictable when it comes draft time, too. Hence, Jerry Reese, when we wanted players. Everybody knew we wanted offensive linemen, so when Sheriff got stolen from us, Jack Conklin got stolen from us. Everybody knew we wanted, what's his face, from Georgia. because we wanted another pass rusher. That's the thing I like this year because I don't think anybody knows what Gettleman's going to do. They can go by what he did in Carolina, but then Carolina was a different team than what we are.
What?
Yep. And this, we got to go from, this is the next move I really think is going to be, well, the next move I think, because it's only going to be a week away, is going to be Norwell. He brings in Norwell. The nice part is, guys, when a new coaching staff comes in, they steal from their old teams. We're going to steal a couple Arizona players, if not, one or two at least. We're going to steal a couple Minnesota Vikings.
I would really like if they came out of free agency, if they found a way to came out of free agency with, let's say they come out with Norwell, they've made the trade for Ogletree. Let's say they free up some space. They do get the extra bump with the $10 million bump in the salary cap. Let's say they end up with Patrick Robinson. Let's say they end up with what's the middle linebacker that we were looking that we said from Arizona
Minter.
That would be a nice fit. Minter to come over and play with Ogletree in the middle. And then they ended up with a McKinnon from Minnesota, bringing him in. And then we're able to, let's say they have a conviction in Webb, and then they trade back and they end up with a Quentin Nelson, or they end up with a Fitzpatrick, or they end up with another solid player. And then, that's when in the second and third rounds, when you acquire that extra pick, plus the pick that you already have, that's where you got a much better shot of hitting on those type of players than 4th, 5th, 6th round picks. So if you could turn that first round pick into Quentin Nelson, make a Fitzpatrick, someone, and then have your second round pick, an additional second round pick, your third round pick, an additional third round pick, to go along with the 4th round picks that you have, man, that's how you rebuild a roster quickly. That's how you get some depth all over your roster. That's how you build some competition, and you get a quick change here. You need new players. You need new blood. And to me, if you're not going to take the quarterback, right, Tim? I think that's, if you added those guys to the roster and then said you're going to add, you're going to get a bevy of picks to throw along with those players I just threw out there, how excited would you be going into next season? You got 5 or 6 rookies, new blood, 4 of whom that you'd probably be counting on to really contribute, to go along with 3 or 4 additional players that you just brought in via free agency, to go along with a team that had high aspirations a year ago. That's a way to really, if you're going to turn it around quickly, that should be the strategy to do it.
Oh, and that's the perfect scenario for us is the Giants completely feel Davis Webb is the future. Saquon Barkley goes number 1. Do we get the overhaul? We get the haul of a century, being the second pick when everybody wants quarterbacks.
Yes.
We trade back.
And
we
Barkley,
grab,
if Barkley goes,
maybe grab an offensive lineman, grab another linebacker. They just add to the roster.
Can you imagine if Barkley goes 1? Can you imagine if Barkley goes 1, what the offers for that pick is going to be? I mean,
no matter what,
there's no way.
Oh, no matter what the pick, as soon as
100%, 100%.
They'll be
no, you're totally agree with you, Marco. Even if they take Darnold, I think that you'll see a host of teams trying to get that second pick from the Giants. If Rosen went 1, if other teams, no matter who it is, there's going to be tremendous value on that second pick. But if Barkley's off the board and the draft starts with the Giants with all 5 of those quarterbacks, guys, the packages go up significantly. For every one of those quarterbacks that go off the board, the package gets smaller to go up and get them.
Yep. But it's also the amount of people, because those 5 quarterbacks are so different, they're going to appeal.
But there's a need. I've seen reports
there's a need on enough quarterbacks.
And again, there's a lot of misinformation coming out. But considering what you have seen from these kids, and what we know about all 5 of these kids, I have seen enough reports from valid reporters stating that, you see good and bad about every one of them, but there has been multiple reports about each one of these guys that there are multiple teams that would have no problem handing their franchise over to them, Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield included. So
we got about
I think,
4 minutes left.
So I think that you're going to see teams that are going to be salivating to get their hands on these guys, and I think that if your options are some of the quarterbacks that we saw play this year, and we've seen play across the league over the last handful of years, and actually, if you want to go back, the last 20, 25 years, we've seen some horrible quarterback play at times from teams throughout the league. And if you're telling me that, as Darnold goes off the board, everyone else becomes more important. As Rosen goes off the board, now all those other guys. If you get to the point where it's Allen and Lamar Jackson on the board and the other 3 guys are gone, when you're looking at the guys that you either can go get or that are on your roster, even if they aren't your ideal quarterbacks, you got to go get them.
Yep. Just, especially talent-wise, you just be like, are they better than what I got?
You have to go get them. You have to. And I think I'm hoping that Darnold and Jackson end up in the right situations, because I think that if they sit for a year or so, and people are like, how are you going to draft a guy that high that's going to sit for a year or two? Because it's about the potential to get the quarterback that can lead your franchise for the next 10 to 12 years. And if he has to sit for 5, 6, 7, 8 games to get a feel, great. If you want to play him from day one, phenomenal. Throw him into the Wolves. But you have the guy now. And there's not enough of them to go around. And the value is tremendous.
And just think about this. So not only in the first round, but because all these quarterbacks, let's even say a possible 6 go in the first round if you throw Mason Rudolph in there.
I could see a scenario. I mean, I could definitely see a scenario where those 5 guys go in the top 15 and 20, where teams have moved up to try to get them, and they've acquired them, and then all of a sudden now that other tier becomes valuable because and somebody trades up in the late round and snags Mason Rudolph. Would that surprise you? Not at all. Not at all.
And exactly. You know what that means, though? That
25 through
players,
32, somewhere through there, right?
I
can see Rudolph, somebody moving up to get him.
That means 6 out of those 32. That means players that might have went way higher if the quarterbacks weren't there are falling down the draft. And we're right at the top of the second round. That's what to get excited about. Because we are going to get a really good player in the second round.
I would love to see them trade back, get another pick, nobody draft Lamar Jackson, and then take him in the second round.
I don't think Lamar Jackson, from what I've seen, he's no way in hell he's getting past Buffalo.
No, he's not. No way. He's gone. Somebody's going to get him. You got to be crazy not to take that kid. But I'm just saying, my dream scenario is that, because I don't want to take him at 2. I think that pick is too good. If I'm not taking Barkley at 2, I'm not. I mean, I don't know. I would have a problem taking him at 2. I think you can move back and get him, but I love him, and the dream scenario is moving back and getting him, or making that trade with Buffalo for a king's ransom and taking him at 21. Whew.
If he's there. All right, everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
If he's fucking there, that's the thing. You move back to 21, he's gone to 17, you're fucked.
All right, everyone.
Have
a good night.